All this talk about my dad and where he is got me really upset.
Oh, because your daddy's away? And you miss him?
Yeah, but because of where he is, too. My dad's in jail.
I love that Sesame Street, took a large step in the right direction in order to unveil, this hidden phenomenon.
When it comes to how many children are affected, researchers like Dr. Bahia Muhammad are not 100% sure.
Children of incarcerated parents are a hidden population. We're still estimating the numbers of children that are affected, and we get those numbers from the numbers of individuals who are incarcerated across the nation.
According to the Pew Research Center, currently 2.7 million American children have parents who are incarcerated, and approximately 5 million children have had a parent in jail or prison at some point in their lives. The removal of the parent or parents from the child's life has everlasting effects. Part of the problem starts with having the conversation with the children about the given situation of their parents.
Adults, for some reason, we're kind of under this impression that the kids can't get it, and they do.
Mother Karima Burgess has 3 children with fathers who are or have been incarcerated during her children's childhood.
2 out of the 3 children, I used to tell them that their father was in school. I didn't want them to know that their father was in prison, because I knew it was going to affect them and make them sad.
With her youngest child, whose father has recently gone to jail, she's decided to do things differently.
Being told that your father is in school and never having the answer of, well, I'm in school, I come home every day. Why my father can't come home every day was a hard question to answer. And it affected them throughout their lives, so I decided to be truthful when my 11-year-old father went to prison.
Children are often aware of what is going on around them, and hiding things from them can cause animosity, as Dr. Muhammad saw during an interview for her doctoral research.
He's like, I know where my dad is, and this effing sucks. I'm going to make my grandmother's life a living hell. I'm going to fight every day in school so that she has to leave work. Why is she lying to me? Don't I deserve the truth?
Children as young as preschoolers can be made aware of their parent being incarcerated, depending on their emotional maturity.
Developmentally, you would have to identify where that particular child is and determine how you want to go about discussing it.
Burgess has seen recent changes in her son's behavior since his father's incarceration.
He became isolated, he became defiant, more vocal. He went from a submissive child to now a very angry and vocal child.
Burgess's 17-year-old daughter, Germani, had similar effects as a result of her father being incarcerated when she was a young child.
I had a lot of anger problems, and I got suspended a lot. I got in trouble at home a lot. Punishments were, I think punishment was my middle name.
Rashawn Hernandez's father went to prison when he was 1 year old and served 26 years. As a result, Hernandez experienced some of the same anger.
It was at points where I used to say, I don't feel sorry for him. I think he should be there because of what he did.
Despite the anger Hernandez may have felt, he was still affected by his father being in prison.
I think the most important thing I missed out on was just the bond that me and him could have had. We never got to develop a father-son bond.
Rashawn's father, Jose Hernandez, spent 26 years in prison.
His whole life, everything. From that first step, from, calling me daddy, holding him, putting him to sleep, playing baseball, sports, hobby. Everything life, you lost everything.
24-year-old Yasmin Arlington is the founder and executive director of Scholarships. Her father has been in prison almost all of her life.
And then in elementary school, we used to have a father-daughter dance. It used to tear me apart because it was just like, well, I can try to bring my uncle, I can try to bring my grandfather, maybe, but I cannot bring my father.
After a brief stint in prison, 20-year-old Kwesi Nix faces up to 30 years and has a young daughter.
I miss my daughter Thanksgiving, her first Christmas, her first New Year's. And that wasn't, it feel like, I wish I could have been there for those.
Resources like Dr. Muhammad's Prison Alphabet book can help educate children with incarcerated parents.
The coloring book really is an opportunity to empower the youth, to give them a voice and allow them to be able to engage with their caregiver.
The prison alphabet book can be used as a way for children to ask their caregivers questions about things relative to their parents behind bars.
Their questions revolved around the safety of their parents. Like, I have D is for dentist. One of the kids that I interviewed, an 8-year-old, asked me, when my dad gets a toothache, where does he go?
And when these children grow up, programs like Scholarships, a nonprofit organization that was founded in 2010, can help them pay for college.
At that time, I was a junior in high school. One day we were sitting in the dining room and my grandmother said, Yasmin, there are thousands of scholarships out there, but I don't see any scholarships for youth with incarcerated parents. So that was the aha moment.
Although Arrington's father has been in prison most of her life, she didn't let that stop her progress.
I encourage young people to use that as motivation to break out of cycles of poverty, cycles of incarceration, and to really excel.
Being a child of an incarcerated parent can be just as stressful and traumatic as witnessing domestic violence or divorce. These children lose their parents in their critical developmental years, a time where the foundation is being laid for the rest of their lives. For Howard University's News Vision, I'm Jemai Harris.